Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting out soon. Please be patient with us.
Law is not just a set of rules, it is the foundation of justice, the expression of society's values, and the framework through which freedom finds its voice. Our esteemed guests, respected faculty members, resource persons, and enthusiastic participants, a very good morning to all of you. I, Anvita Agarwal, along with my co host Rifat Tawheed, welcome you all to the International Conference on Navigating Intellectual Property Landscape in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, organized by Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, in collaboration with Project Saksham 3.0. It is a pleasure to be witnessing a conference of such magnificence. The presence of authors from all across the world elevates this conference to a truly global platform for knowledge exchange and collaboration.
The Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, is one of India's premier legal education institutes. Established in 1924, it has played a pivotal role in shaping the country's legal framework by producing generations of distinguished lawyers, judges, scholars, and public servants. Catering to a vibrant community of over 10,000 students, the faculty offers a 3-year LLB, a 5-year integrated BA LLB, LLM, and PhD programs at a highly affordable fees, supported primarily through national funding. Our faculty follows a unique approach of teaching or learning, as we may call it, that is, through a case study method. With a diverse and accomplished faculty, robust international collaborations, and a commitment to socially impactful legal education, it places strong emphasis on emerging and critical areas such as international property rights, human rights, and environmental law. Dedicated to nurturing socially responsible legal professionals, the department fosters leadership, innovation, and legal reform through a culture of academic excellence and rigorous research.
Project Saksham 3.0 reflects the unwavering dedication of the distinguished alumni of the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. Building upon the solid groundwork laid by Saksham 1.0 and Saksham 2.0, this initiative aspires to foster a society rooted in justice, compassion, and inclusivity. By providing legal aid, educational resources, medical assistance, and engaging in community outreach, the project is committed to empowering marginalized communities. Project Saksham 3.0 envisions a society where legal protection and equal opportunities are there, paving the way for a just and inclusive future. In its third iteration, Project Saksham 3.0 expands its research with new modules, partnerships, and a broader scope of impact, ensuring that more individuals are empowered to improve their lives, contribute to the society, and contribute meaningfully towards the positive change it continues to inspire.
Intellectual property rights form the cornerstone of innovation, creativity, and economic progress in today's knowledge driven world. As technology evolves at an unprecedented pace, safeguarding intellectual property has become more vital than ever. The emergence of artificial intelligence, blockchain, and digital economies brings with it immense potential as well as complex challenges for global IPR frameworks. In this dynamic landscape, nations, businesses, innovators must navigate the fine line between promoting creativity, ensuring equitable access, and preventing the misuse of intellectual.
This International Conference on Intellectual Property Rights 2025, titled Navigating Intellectual Property Landscape in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, aims to unite renowned scholars, legal practitioners, policymakers, and industry leaders to explore the shifting contours of intellectual property law. The conference holds relevance as the year 2025 marks several milestones in the evolution of global IPR frameworks, including 25 years of the Doha Declaration, completion of a decade of artificial intelligence and intellectual property, and the rise of global intellectual property economy. The conference will delve into its far-reaching implications for global economies and examine how emerging technologies are redefining traditional intellectual property paradigms. The topic of this conference comprises of 11 sub-themes. This collection of sub-themes explores the complex intersection of intellectual property, artificial intelligence, and innovation, particularly in emerging economies and the creative industries. It highlights the effectiveness of enforcement in online marketplaces and the legal issues surrounding counterfeiting and fashion piracy. The role of artificial intelligence in music creation raises ethical and legal dilemmas, particularly regarding authorship, originality, credit, and compensation. Exploring the legal questions about the patentability of artificial intelligence driven innovations and the evolving definition of authorship in a world of user generated content and virtual environments like the metaverse further complicates the intellectual property landscape in an increasingly artificial intelligence driven integrated world.
We are honored to have a distinguished panel of speakers who are also the patrons of this international conference as well as of Project Saksham 3.0, bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience to our discussion. Distinguished Professor Dr. Anju Alitiku ma'am, respected Professor Dr. Alka Chawla ma'am, respected Professor Dr. Anupam Jha sir, respected Professor Dr. L. Pushpakumar sir, and other deans and faculty members of various universities in collaboration with Project Saksham, acting as chairs and co-chairs for the online sessions. It is with immense pleasure that we welcome our distinguished guests, international authors, whose presence today adds immense value to this international gathering of thought leaders, innovators, and change makers. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Advocate Dinesh Chand Meena sir, Conference Convener and Executive Director of Project Saksham 3.0, to kindly come forward and deliver the welcome address.
Thank you so much. Good morning to all. It gives me immense pleasure and pride to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you on behalf of organizing committee to this international conference on navigating the intellectual property landscape in the age of artificial intelligence. We are honored to be joined today by distinguished gathering of the legal luminaries, scholars, industry experts, policymakers, and practitioners from across the globe, who bring with them a wealth of knowledge and experience on this vital and involving era of law. We stand today at the intersection of two powerful domains, intellectual property rights, IPR, and artificial intelligence, each shaping the future of innovation, creativity, and governance. As AI continues to transform industries, economies, and societies, it challenges the very framework that govern authorship, ownership, and originality. This conference aims to explore these emerging complexities, foster meaningful dialogue, and identify pathway to a balanced and forward-looking IP regime. I would like to extend my heartfelt welcome and gratitude to our guest speakers, patrons, interest delegates, faculty members, and enthusiasts for joining us to share their expertise and perspectives. Your presence in this platform and participation in the true driving force behind the relevance and success of this academic endeavor. As we embark on this intellectual journey together, I invite all of you to engage fully, question critically, and collaborate openly. Let this conference not only be a forum for dialogue, but also a foundation for lasting connections and future collaborations in the dynamic field of IPR and AI. Once again, I welcome you all and wish you a which a thought-provoking and fruitful conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Ms. Avanti, please take over.
And I would like to express my hearty welcome to respected Professor Dr. Pushp Kumar Sir, a distinguished academician from the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, to this international conference on intellectual property rights. Professor Pushp Kumar Sir is currently serving as the director of the 5-year integrated law course at the Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. Professor Pushp Kumar Sir's work intersects critical issues of international law, environmental justice, and intellectual property, making his insights especially valuable to the discourse on intellectual property rights in the global context. We are privileged to have him with us today and eagerly await his address. We welcome you, sir, and I now would like to invite Professor Pushp Kumar Sir to share his thoughts with us. Over to you, sir. Professor Pushp Kumar Sir, are you there?
I'm here, yes. I'm sorry, just now I lost the connection temporarily. Good morning to all of you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bentika. Very good morning to all of you. Most respected Dean, ma'am, Dean, Faculty of Law, Professor Dr. Anjuvali Tikku, ma'am, respected Professor Dr. Alka Chawla, the noted authority on intellectual property rights, Professor Dr. Anupam Jha, my dear colleague and professor in charge of Law Center 2, all the distinguished deans and faculty members who have joined for this international conference, all the paper presenters, research scholars, and participants. I would like to first of all thank the organizers, Advocate Dinesh Chandmina, Ms. Parameshwari Dayal, Advocate Dishant Tiwari, Rifat, and all the organizers who have taken this lead to conduct such a timely conference on the interface of artificial intelligence and intellectual property rights. Today is the World IP Day, and this World IP Day 2025 is organized on the theme IP and Music. Intellectual property provides several opportunities and incentives for the creators. It protects the creators' interests. At the same time, it provides lots of benefits to the society. That's why the quid pro quo provides the protection as well as the benefits to both the inventors as well as to the society. It has been established, long established, the IP system has been established and it has been providing all sorts of benefits to the world. But now with the advent of artificial intelligence, there are new questions and new challenges faced by all of us. How to reconcile both the fields, how to regulate and harness the benefits of AI in different fields, including artificial intelligence, is the big question now faced by the world now. Not only in India, all over the world, there
There is some network issue. Perhaps he would not be. Dishant or Anvita, you need to, or Rifat, you need to reach out to him. There was some network issue pushed.
Yes, I'm joining by mobile. I think this office
Please do that.
internet is
Please
not
do that.
working well. I'll just switch over to my mobile. 1 minute, madam.
You're audible now, sir. You can continue.
Unbelievable. Okay. So I was telling about the challenges posed by the artificial intelligence in the field of intellectual property rights. Because if you look at it, we started using the Chat GPT and other the AI platforms, whether it is Grok or Meta or other platforms that we have, Copilot and all are mainly taking whatever is created by the authors. All these information, articles and news informations, music, everything has been fed into the artificial system. It understands, reads, and whenever we ask something, it summarizes, paraphrases, and provides it to us as per our needs. The question comes that how much the artificial intelligence can make use of the intellectual creations. This is one thing that is being faced by the world. Am I audible still?
Yes, you are.
Yes, thank you, Ji. Yeah. And in this context, there are many efforts being taken. In India itself, there is a case, a recent case last year. It was filed. The Asian News International has filed a case against OpenAI, stating that most of its news creations have been used by the OpenAI to train their AI systems without taking any permission or any license. So whether it is permitted. So that is the case that is still going on. The Bollywood jumps into this scenario. Most of the companies like Sarigama, T-Series, Sony Music, Indian music industry, all these are asking the court to implead them as a party or to file another case stating that we would like to also present our case because most of our music creations have been fed into the system of AI and it is being used by them without any kind of licenses. So this is the beginning of the tussle that is emerging now. In the US since 1920, there are more than 25 cases being already fought, on these, aspects. So this is the tussle that is happening. And apart from that, if you all remember, there is an effort in the WIPO. This is happening since, in 2020, it started. 2000, in fact, it started, and they have been conducting yearly meetings, and they have the intergovernmental committee. They wanted to protect the traditional cultural expressions of the people. And when the traditional cultural expressions like folk songs, folk arts, folk dance forms, folk expressions of different forms, they are being misused by the copyright uses. When people write or when they draw pictures, when they make music, they combine different common expressions of the people, folk expressions of the people. That is the earlier concern. But now the same concern is connected with artificial intelligence. And these expressions of the local communities, indigenous communities also have been captured, recorded, and fed into the AI systems now without giving any benefit to these communities. This is being commercialized. Why artificial intelligence is becoming a problem here is that most of the big companies, about 8 to 10 companies which are operating, including ChatGPT, OpenAI, all of them, they are private companies. None of them are owned by the government. Okay, and now earlier they have come out with the free versions of their artificial intelligence, and anybody can use. Now they started charging them. It is a commercial venture by different big mega companies, but at the cost of the real creations and innovations of the individual authors or the local communities. So how we are going to reconcile this, and how we are going to, in this challenge, how we are going to still, you are able to protect the intellectual properties of the owners. This is the major aspect. When these kind of cases have been filed recently, those who are closely watching the developments in the field of IP would know. Last week, Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey have come out with the proposition. This is really a shocking proposition, stating that delete all IP. This is the movement they are trying to come up with. They say that we should eradicate, completely delete the IP system because it is challenging the whole AI system. So this is how we are moving toward. I'm sure that some of these concerns will be discussed in this conference. I've seen some of the abstracts submitted by the research scholars, the wonderful abstracts touching upon some of these areas. It is very timely that we are organizing this conference on navigating the intellectual property regime in the context of artificial intelligence on the World Intellectual Property Day. So I'm very happy. I'm very thankful to the organizers for inviting me to share some of my views. Let us try to understand this first. Let us try to clearly think about the nuances, the artificial intelligence interface trying to create, and how we'll try to improve and protect the IP system. Because IP system has been there for centuries. It is not that yesterday we have created and today we have the problem. It has been there. It has been benefiting the innovators and the society. The only thing is that the IP system has to withstand the new challenges, and also it has to provide justice to the people. It is not that IP has to be only monopolistic. It has to also serve the purpose of the people, like access to medicine, access to education, access to all kinds of services and products that it brings at affordable rate. So these are certain concerns already we have been grappled with. Now I think with the advent of the artificial intelligence, we need to think deeper. So with these shorter the views, I would like to leave it to the conference participants to grapple with these issues in a more deeper context, and I'm sure that in this conference will come out with some new recommendations. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity to me. Wishing you a wonderful luck for the conference.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights with us. I'm sure all of us, your words have really helped all of us broaden our thinking horizon, sir.
Thank you.
It is with great pride and immense respect that we welcome Professor Dr. Anjuvali Tikku Ma'am, the esteemed Dean of Faculty of Law at the University of Delhi. Professor Anju Ma'am is a distinguished academic leader known for her deep expertise, visionary leadership, and unwavering commitment to legal education and reform. Renowned for her expertise in criminal law and human rights, Professor Anju Ma'am's ongoing contribution to legal education and her influential presence in national and international legal forums continue to make a significant impact. We are truly honored by her presence and eagerly look forward to her valuable insights and guidance. You may continue now.
Namaskar. And it is indeed a moment of honor, I would say, to preside over this inaugural online international conference. Why I said honor? Because yesterday we had Justice Harishankar with us, and he happens to head the cell of IPR in High Court. And he was reminded yesterday that today, that is 26th, we happen to have IPR day, and then he said, "Oh, I didn't realize." So people sitting in chairs in authority on occasions because of their administrative exigencies, and that's where he was mentioning that because of lot many things happening within the High Court very recently, they missed out on realizing that they need to have a conference, though this was in uh, their discussions and they wanted to have something special on 26th, but they missed out on doing it on 26th and they would be doing it a little later. So, on that basis and on that note, I congratulate the organizers for having kept that focus despite lot many technicalities and technical glitches. That's where we started off initially off with offline conference, but then had to switch over to online because of, in governmental institutions we need to have prior permissions and approvals and all that. So last minute approvals were uh, provided and procured and they gave us, but then it was really difficult for the participants to move over and to come over to faculty of law to participate in this brainstorming session. But be that as it may, indeed, congratulations, and I really appreciate the spirit of the organizers. And I would specifically mention Dishant and Dinesh that your perseverance has paid dividends, and today we are here on the online platform talking about the IPR Day, the relevance of IPR in our lives. As Professor Pushkumar has already said, the tone of this one day conference and has given us the theme that why are we at all talking about IP and what is its significance. That we are talking about benefit sharing with reference to the creators of IP, and since we are increasingly becoming dependent on artificial intelligence, and it's not only dependence, rather the interference of AI in our everyday existential lives, it becomes all the more relevant for us to understand that how do we deal with this interface of IP and artificial intelligence, wherein ultimately when we are talking about IP or artificial intelligence, it is for human society. So when we say human society, how a human society can sustain itself. The moment we talk about sustainability, we have to ensure that we have to have a collaborative and collective attitude of working together. As rightly pointed out by Professor Push, that those of them who are having the resources, whether it is economic resources or the intellectual resources, so it comes down to that jurisprudential philosophy that the power holder wants to arm twist the underprivileged. The power may be with reference to the skill, the technicalities, the knowledge, but with reference to our Indian ethos and philosophy, we understand we have always been saying that knowledge sharing always reverberates back to us in the form of a healthy, peaceful, and happy society. So, knowledge sharing does not make us powerless, or knowledge sharing does not make us powerless, but at the same time, the moment we share knowledge, it helps someone else and we can have a better life. That's where, when we are talking about IPR Day today, I would like to mention that the theme for 2025 IPR Day is IP and music feel the beat of IP. So they made it in a caption that anybody can feel the punch. That's how in vernacular or in slang we say, वो पंच नहीं आता है. लेकिन मैं सोचने की कोशिश कर रही थी कि जब हम पंच की बात करते हैं, feel the beat of IP, what is it that we are talking about? Because we are talking about IP and music. So the people who create music, now is it that music is always a rhythm? Perhaps yes. For the novice, including myself, music is a rhythm. But if I just reflect and think back and just think aloud with you, that whenever there is a child who is not able to speak, convey, he conveys his emotions through his expressions. And within those expressions, there are different kinds of sounds. So, how are we able to make it as to whether the child is happy or angry or is anguished? It is that language of communication, which is not necessarily music to ears, but he conveys. So when we say IP and music, we are essentially talking about music which is pleasant, pleasurable, and we all love to hear. But those of them who are creating that music which connects people, should they not be recognized or not? Is it that people who have the artificial intelligence can clone anything and everything and can sell it off because this is something which is in demand? This is something which the Gen Z or the Alpha generation likes it, or this is what is appealing. So whatever is dikhta hai is bikta hai. So should these powerful people who have the skill, who have that technical expertise, be allowed to usurp the creativity, the invention, or the entrepreneurship which the original originator doesn't have? He cannot sell off his music. We must have heard of lot many folk singers who with a single instrument are coming up with very sweet and peaceful folk, local songs and in their folk language, and they belong to a particular region. But it is somebody who has visited them and has taken the video and shares on the social media. That's how that person becomes a celebrity over a period of time. Now, these people who are talented, who have that sense of music within them, because with reference to music, I do not know, I am not a musician and I just do not belong to that category. But we all have heard and understood that when we talk about music, we say it is God gifted. So whether one has that ability to catch those notes and to explore on them and come up with a music, some lines which is really connecting people and their hearts, is something that we need to recognize. And I am rather surprised and shocked to hear that I didn't know that Elon Musk and party are saying that please do away with IP rights. Why and what for? So big fat companies having the resources want to usurp everything across the world. So it is from our social media across to music. So we do not know at what point of time they would say, and that's for sure everybody is concerned, that what kind of medicines are made available to us, on whom clinical trials are done. Everything across is being manipulated and maneuvered by the people who have resources. On this day today, we need to think and brainstorm as to how do we balance the IP rights of individuals, specifically in the context of music, because that's the theme for the day and the year, and how do we recognize the creators, inventors, entrepreneurs universally, not only in India, but universally. And that's where we thought that this international conference would give the space and platform for brainstorming, that how do we put our heads together so that we ensure that these IP rights are made available, accessibility, availability, and at the same time we can possibly afford, in the sense that if I do not have all those entrepreneurial skills, how do I get help, assistance from my fellow citizens, my fellow passengers on this universe, so that we take the benefit. Sounds which are there since ages, since the beginning of the universe. We all know the Big Bang theory also, and we also know our historical texts wherein we understand that it was not a Big Bang theory, rather it's a creation. The moment there is a creation, there is some kind of noise, whether it is through atomic collision or breaking. So we need to understand and appreciate that music is a kind of sound that connects. So On this day today, I wish all the best to the organizers for having thought about such a wonderful theme and having consistently pursued their dream of bringing this conference across on the day, and wishing you all the best that we brainstorm, and ultimately I would wish to find in my hands some concluding reports about what can be the possible research topics or what are the suggestions that we are coming forward to. Let this not become any regular uh, exercise, a routine exercise wherein we happen to just join together, put our heads together, we discuss for something, some time, and then we forget about it. Let's make this a moment, a day wherein we are coming up with something constructive and then we put it across on the table that here is our contribution on this day, wherein we are moving forward in the direction of recognizing, respecting, and guaranteeing IP rights of individuals who are powerless, marginalized, vulnerable for the benefit of the entire mankind and certainly for the creators and entrepreneurs. All the best and good luck to each one of you, the participants, the chairs, the co-chairs who have taken this responsibility online. It's not in physical mode, online, to be there available at the right time. Thank you very much, and we look forward to something concrete in our hands. God bless.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging and profound words. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Dishant Tiwari, the organizing secretary of this international conference on navigating intellectual property landscapes in the age of artificial intelligence. He is also serving as the Haryana State Coordinator of Project Saksham 3.0 to kindly deliver the vote of thanks and express our collective gratitude to our speakers.
Good morning, everyone. Is that audible? Yeah. Okay. So, as we draw the curtains of this inaugural session of this enriching conference, it is immense pleasure. It is indeed an immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks, and that too just after the most prestigious person in the event, Dean Faculty of Law. I would be brief in my words. So, on behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my heartfelt thanks, gratitude to Dean Ma'am, Professor Dr. Anju Tiku, Professor L. Pushkumar, Director, LC, and Professor Alka Chawla, PIC, CLC, and Professor Anupam Jha, PIC, LC2, for their support and guidance throughout the process where we were lacking behind somewhere here or there. They just supported us, they just take us through the gate, and we're really thankful for the help. Thank you for taking the time, helping us, guiding us throughout this gate. I would like to a warm thanks to the organizing team as well, who have worked tirelessly for this event throughout for last 1 month, and all the team members who have worked in the team. I have okay. Thanks organizing team who have worked day and night since last 1 month to make this event a success. Thank you, team. Especially the technical team who are still working on links and posters as of now. Thank you. Thank you for joining the guests from different faculty, different campus, colleges, universities. Thank you for joining as chair, co-chair, and resource persons in the event. We are looking forward for a good and very interactive session. Thank you, ma'am and sir, for the AI, the accurate insight, the actual insight of IPR, which you had just given us, and that's it. Thank you. Let's move forward for the panel discussion now. And we promise you this, that as you asked us, we promise you that we will be providing something valuable, something on record for sure, well within the reasonable time. Thank you.
Thank you, Dishant sir.
Today, we stand at the crossroads of innovation and protection, where the rapid growth of artificial intelligence challenges us to rethink how we define and safeguard intellectual property. Let us move forward with a shared commitment to fostering creativity, ensuring fairness, and adapting our legal frameworks to this ever evolving landscape. Together, we have the opportunity to shape a future where technology and intellectual property coexist to benefit society as a whole. Although we may be separated by distance today, but the connections and the discussions which would be fostered during this conference will truly transcend boundaries. We hope the ideas which will be shared in the future sessions now would continue to inspire and drive meaningful change. We wish you all the very best and thank you once again for being a part of this enriching experience. As we continue to innovate and push the boundaries of technology, let us all remember that the true value of progress lies not only in what we create, but also in how we protect and share it for the greater good. Thank you.
Thank you for being with us until the end of this session. Now we'll be moving on to the online sessions for the paper presentations. There will be 18 sessions going on parallelly. The first 9 sessions will start at 12 p.m. and the next half will be starting at 3 p.m. I request all the participants to make sure of your respective session room numbers and be prepared. In case of any difficulty, you may reach out to any of the technical members. All their contact information has already been provided to you in your groups. Thank you.